Are we on?
Are we on? We're on.
Hello? Yes, we're
ask
on.
them if we're on.
Yeah, they're on. We're on.
We're on. Okay, we're on. And
Who are you?
my name is the Glorious Taint.
The glorious thing.
Yes, and you are again.
Gordon the
Ready,
Invincible.
one?
That's what I heard.
Take one.
Are you really invincible?
We'll find out.
Okay.
All right.
Pretty
This is
soon we're
Scream
gonna
at the
be-
Wall.
You
We
guys
are
aren't
screaming,
screaming.
yes.
You guys aren't
The
screaming.
wall.
Is my audio up?
There.
Okay.
It's the wall.
You guys
who do
aren't
we have
screaming.
Tonight we have. Is it tonight?
Yes.
Or is it night?
Now, I
Yeah. Okay. Yes, we have.
So now we have somebody.
we have
You
Chris
guys aren't
Forges.
screaming. You guys aren't screaming loud enough. What was that voice?
Where's the audio guy? I thought he was supposed to have us mic'd up.
God.
We're screaming at the wall.
Yes, screaming.
Ah! I see now. He needs that. That's what he needs to
I
feed
need
his
that.
ego.
Yeah.
Sucks.
Yeah.
Working with this.
So
All
who are
right.
you
So
people?
tonight we have.
Tonight we have Chris Gorgeous.
Yeah.
He's a stand-up comedian. He has,
Chris is cringing.
he does a radio
He's
show
cringing
and stuff.
in the
Yeah?
control room here.
Wow.
Good guy.
And, good guy. All right.
Yeah.
And we have a dude on the floor.
Jen,
Yep,
give me a
we
shot
got
for
our
Spartan.
we got our
See
remote
you
gorilla
there.
cameraman there.
Hey, gorilla. he's nice.
Yeah.
And
silverback.
okay. And who did the prop? The set design was by somebody. Who did that Mark guy say? His name was something. Johnny.
Appleseed.
Yes.
I think
it was
the
Johnny
said guy
Appleseed.
is fired.
All right.
Silence. Dead silence works.
That's good TV.
yes.
You know,
yes,
and then
dead silence works for good TV.
what happened to all that
What
comedy
guys
gold we
getting
were
paid
talking
to
about?
hear this?
That's right.
I think we should just invite our guest out.
I think you
Okay.
should just invite you guys.
You're gonna call him in.
Yeah.
Here he comes. Here he comes,
Hold on.
folks. Da, 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 da,
Hello?
da, 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 da,
Ooh,
da,
he's voted for Bear now.
da, 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 da.
Yeah. Wow.
What's up, guys? What's up, man? That was an amazing intro, like
Yeah, that
Vegas.
was so
awesome.
flat. Pancakes
And-
were freaking jealous of it.
That's right.
Okay.
wow.
This is wonderful. This is great. Look at this. You got
There he
a
is.
Christmas beanbag Partridge Family, sort of an A&E thing. Nice.
Ready,
In a
two,
box.
take two.
What's the box for?
The box.
That's where we keep our brackets.
Yes.
Brackets?
Yes. Our
In
brick
case
and
we need
brackets.
some brackets, we
Cal,
have
can
them.
you give me a better
Okay.
shot
Yeah.
of
Right there now.
Chris?
Okay.
And we're
So-
taking live
Camera
calls.
if you can.
Yes.
Take live calls?
Sure are.
It's
on our
wireless,
cordless
nice.
phone.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
a mobile phone.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
got to keep up with the
Okay,
time.
and
Sure.
ready,
Absolutely.
two, take two. And ready, one, take
So what do you
one.
got for me, man?
ready, two,
What's
take
going on?
Two's
Well,
hot.
we're here to learn about you.
Absolutely.
I want to learn about the show because it's called Scream at the Wall, and you guys, like, when I hear, like, in my mind, when I heard you're going to be on Scream at the Wall, I pictured, like, I don't know, Danzig hosting. You know what I mean?
Everyone
A guy's
give
like,
me a shot
all
of
right, so you do
Spartan
comedy?
and,
Yeah. No.
And then I get here, and
we
this
couldn't-
guy,
we
I
couldn't
think,
be
I
booked.
think he
Zoom out.
fixed my computer a couple weeks ago, and you got like a
And
samurai swinger
take
thing.
one.
I don't, and it was that's a riding
camera
prop
two,
or a
please.
piece of metal. Am I-
Push it
It's whatever it
closer,
needs to
tighter
be
on
at the
Chris.
moment. That's what this is.
Good.
like
Excellent.
Just like
I have my
Yeah,
spear.
hot.
exactly. I just like to be armed at all time with phone or box or.
What do you
thing.
just? You go around to assorted construction sites, ignore the signs, and just take stuff out of there? Is that what you?
We wanted to add depth to the usually flat screen scenery at Scream at the Wall, so we thought we'd just throw garbage on the
Nice,
set.
very nice.
There's
And
a
then-
light, and then there's a vacuum cleaner. If we
Yeah,
have
we
to
got a
clean up.
vacuum cleaner.
Oh, that'll come in handy, I'm
yeah,
sure, and the fire
definitely, you know,
extinguisher. And
Absolutely.
and the
We were
golf
looking to
bag.
represent all the service industry. There's
Hey,
a
can we
bag
get
of
our,
thing there,
our
and then
remote
there's
camera
a
operator
call
to
that?
come
A
in
bag
the
of what?
control room
thing.
and
It's
get
a bag
me,
of thing.
It's a bag of thing.
I don't know.
yelling and stuff?
I never took a tour of this factory at
We get that in
MSC,
the
so I'm not
control
sure
room?
what they have in it.
It's a sandbag, dude. Seriously.
I don't know.
Look at it. It's a sandbag.
Yeah, well, you never know really what's open until you bust something open. You know.
So later on, you're gonna break that open?
That's what this is for, I think.
Two's hot.
And then I'll find out how much that
Oh,
is
God,
actually
yeah, we
worth
got
because
the-
they'll charge you about $300
control
for
room
it.
It's the
camera in
craft
here.
section of the show.
I think people at home
I have
want to
no
know
idea
more
what
about
I'm
you than
doing.
me. I'll
No
tell you
idea.
that.
No,
I've
That
never,
might be
I don't even know what
crazy,
these
but
buttons do.
All right,
I,
well, we
I
have
just
some
play,
stock
I'm not really
questions.
directed.
Stock
I just play one
questions?
on TV.
Yes.
That you ask
Like what kind
everybody?
of
Let's see
stock
what
do you
the
put in
audio
a
guy's
beef
doing.
stew?
He actually knows what he's
It's just
doing.
like if you want to mix it up, make it like.
Talking American
like-
beef
Please
stew
go
or
back there and get
like
the
Northern
audio
guy.
Italy?
Nah,
Not
just
wish to be
standard
on
old
camera.
Or do you own any stock in any?
I don't own any stock. No, actually, funny story. My family owned
hot?
stock in a small company way back when. My grandmother, not too bright about funds, and she sold the stock for like, I don't know, $30. Turned out it was Kodak. she had stock when the
that true?
company. It is absolutely true. So my
That
family, yeah, it's absolutely true that my
sucks.
family are idiots. That's totally true.
Dude, I would be sitting at a bar every night going, I had stock and Kodak, you know.
Here's how
Why
bad it
not?
is.
Suppose now I just sit in the
Ready,
bar.
one?
you
I
know.
can't even
And
say
ready,
that
two,
because
take
my
two.
grandmother owned the stock. So how much of a loser am I?
Nice
I'm like,
shot.
my grandmother had stock.
I remember this one time, man, I almost had an
Yeah.
inheritance.
Yeah, exactly. I had no power over it. I was this close, to getting
I was so close.
something
Here,
that I
give
had
me a
nothing
shot of
to do
just
with.
Martin.
I believe
Hey.
believe we're live. Chris Gorgeous, that was you 5 years ago.
Awful.
That was at Access
The whole
Pinellas.
experience was awful.
It was, and hopefully this will be equally as awful.
It was. Well, that's what I was gonna say. It was awful then, and it's awful now. To hear it again, it was awful now.
No, you were funny. Is that guy that kept talking?
that was,
over it.
That was me.
Yeah. What?
That was me.
Johnny.
Johnny. Well, here we are. Scream at the Wall. What is
Welcome.
this? Episode 3 of the new.
This
Yeah.
is our third
First-
talk show. of
First
Scream at
Sunday
the Wall.
night, and we have our very special guest here, Chris Gorgeous. Just
Yeah.
like
Yes.
5 years ago, we had him on Scream at the Wall, and he's back.
Has it been 5 years?
It's been 5 years,
I'm still here.
and you're still here.
Crap.
You haven't aged a bit.
I have to. This mic is incredibly hot. I don't know what this is powered. This thing is powered by like the sun.
That's just your headphones.
Your headphones are high.
Oh, is it that? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. How do
Doesn't
we
sound
fix
bad online.
I think
Yeah.
I could help.
Yo, he's got. Look at him. He's got the astronaut headphones over there. Look at DJ
do.
Lance over there.
I do. I love them Dr. Dre's.
Okay, no, I'm good. I'll be fine. 5 years, dude.
Yeah.
I'm still here. You're still here.
Yeah.
And Scream at the Wall now is here.
Yeah,
And all manners of things have happened
all kinds of stuff going on
in just
there.
5 years.
Just 5 years.
The public access, not public access.
This is not public access, but it's kind of like public access. It
Kind of.
kind of feels like it a little bit. Yeah.
Public access was like totally free. I got to wear
Right.
stuff that I would never be able to afford to
That's
handle.
true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nobody would let me touch it.
Yeah,
I'm still doing stand up though. Still
yeah,
doing-
you are. What have you been doing?
Stand up.
Stand up.
That's great.
No, I
Where have you been trudging around, man? Tell us.
Well, all
All
right, so
over, or
long
what?
and short of it, I'm a dad now, so I don't travel as much as I used to. I have a 4-year-old, so I'm kind of a dad, and I've always had a full-time job, but doing a few things. Auditioned for Boston Comedy Festival a couple of times. Did the Florida's Funniest last year. Didn't make it past the first round. They're looking for young. They don't want bald and angry.
But that's bullshit, though. Those are my favorite comedians.
Yeah, but you know what? Those guys are weathered and tethered, and
Right,
They
I know.
they mush their way in. You know
How
what
about,
I mean?
How about bald and happy? Can I be?
No, not bald. As long as you're young, bald and happy. I think
not
that's the
young.
key. Is young.
Yeah.
Well, I can relate as a musician. I'm 40 years old, and I got the stupid long hair still, and I'm still in bands and all that dumb stuff.
Yeah, but you love to do that.
I do.
All right.
I do. So,
So-
I
so
don't.
screw
I
all
can
the rest of
justify it.
Screw Chick-fil-A. Who
But
cares
you're
what they
right.
think?
Even though I might kick ass, which I'm not saying I do. I'm just saying, but yeah, we're out of a demographic. You know what I mean? It's like they want a young band.
You
or
can be. I'm not saying that it's. Oh, you can be any age and be as long as you're a good comic. But it seems like they're looking for the more. I can't even describe it.
They want the eye candy. Is that it?
Maybe I don't know,
Not
man.
that man. I mean, I think that's why everyone hated. Well, they don't all hate, but I mean, that's why like someone like Pretty Boy gets all those.
Someone like Pretty Boy.
What's his, Dane Cook?
Ah.
Part of his why people hate him is that he's a good-looking guy.
I like Dane Cook.
I think he's funny too.
I think he's a funny dude.
But I really believe that some of the heat is because he's good looking. He kind of dresses like a rock star, or there's a lot of women that like him, and I think a lot of guys might find that annoying. Like, oh, why do you love this Dane
Yeah.
Cook guy so much? Like, fuck him.
He's the guy at the party that the dudes that want to beat up. They're like, my girl's gonna like him. I'm gonna
I
beat the
think-
crap out of him.
I think we'd all
She
fall in
just
love with
shut-
Dane Cook if we were in a room with him. You know what I mean? We'd be like, oh god, he's so dreamy.
I know that it depends on who you ask. Comics don't like him because he doesn't have any discernible material per se for some of the guys. And I've said this before, and I'll say it again. There are two types of guys that do stand up. There are comedians,
Right.
and then there are comics. Comics are wordsmiths. They tell jokes. Set up, punch. I went bam.
Yeah.
And then there are comedians, guys that tell stories. They relate their experiences, and they can do it very funny. I'm a comedian. I'm not a comic. Comics don't like comedians. It's
I see. Yeah,
seriously.
yeah, no.
They get pissed.
That's
Because
I'm
I mean,
confused.
people would say like there's the most obvious difference between what people perceive as funny people are the improv people versus comedians, and now you're saying,
Well,
which I
that's
never
a
even,
whole- that's
which I
a
never even
whole-
thought about between comics and comedians.
That's a whole nother
Which-
Renaissance
now,
fair.
now,
battle.
That's
do you
awesome.
Consider yourself improv still, or
It
'cause you
is
do that
improv,
too.
but character.
Well, let me put it this way. I call myself an improvisational comedian because I do a lot of crowd work, make up a lot of stuff on the fly. You see my show. Never the same show twice, although I do have bits that I do over and over and over again that are signature bits for me. And I had a local comic who's a very good friend of mine and has been in the business for a long time say, you should stop calling yourself an improv comic, because I think he thought that maybe I should be doing Who's Line games.
Oh,
But when I
see,
say
yeah.
that, I mean that I'm improvisational in the fact that if you see my show, it's never in the same order. I work a lot with the audience, and so there's a lot of material that I will do that night and never do again. Funny stuff. And then there are guys that go up there and they do their script. Bam, bam, bam. This guy being one of them, pretty much he sticks to the script. A lot of comics stick to their script. If they have to stop and talk to the audience, they're screwed, dude. They totally they don't know what to do.
Right.
Whereas I relish in that. Please, I don't. Now I'm not telling people to please interrupt me,
No.
but if you do, it's no problem. We'll
No,
talk.
I understand that completely. There is a bit of I even do it. People, I dealing with musicians and people that watch shows are not the most. I don't know. It's really easy to entertain them. If I bust a few jokes out in between songs, like while someone's tuning or some shit, usually goes over a little well because they're not used to it. Like they're expecting a bunch of just drips up
But be
stage.
careful, man, because we know that all band members want to be comics and all comics want to be in a band.
Exactly.
We know how that works.
No, you're right.
You're
And I-
skating the razor's edge. I'm telling you right now.
I don't try to do it every. It's not a goal of mine to try to be take.
He's gonna next week. I quit. I'm
Yeah.
going on the road. I'm gonna do open mics.
It has. I've thought about it all. Of course, we all have. We all want to cross over. At some
Dude,
point.
I would love to be in a rock band. Are you
I
kidding
know,
me? If I
I
could
know.
play guitar and be like, I would totally
That would
get
be
off
awesome.
on it.
Yeah.
I'm a huge music person.
But I realize too, that it takes years and years and years and years. But you do
Yeah.
if you're passionate about something, you wanted to try an open mic. But I got to think like, what would I want to get out of it?
laughs.
I have a job.
Just start with laughs.
Right. Okay.
Just start with you want to get up there and make people laugh.
I do. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
You know what's funny about
I do have some
you know what's
stories. I
funny
got
about
some.
this?
I don't know. Whatever.
I'm going to look back at this and everybody's going to say, look at Trackman trying to get a word in, not succeeding.
Track man.
Who's this track man?
You need to be aggressive. I'm aggressive. He's apparently
I'm like,
aggressive.
but-
His hair says that he's aggressive.
Right.
His
I'm
hair
not-
says
I'm not-
I will trounce you.
I like this is the nitty gritty though.
This is it.
I like this. This is a.
Well, I don't,
topic
but
to me.
that's I don't get to talk about this, and I think that a lot of people that watch comedy don't realize how technical it is for a lot of guys that are in the business. I've got guys that come at me and they're pissed at me because they don't consider me a comedian because I don't do it full time.
They're pissed at you.
They,
I see
they
what
get a
you're
little
saying.
upset.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
you're taking gigs from us, blah blah blah. My thing is, look,
Taking gigs.
I go.
Oh yeah, fuck that.
No, but seriously,
Yeah.
I've recognized that as a genuine concern for some guys that are full time. I've always been of the ilk to have a full time job and then pursue the art on the side and see what happens. I never wanted to get famous. I don't want to be on Last Comic Standing. I just want to be able to walk into a room and be the headliner comic and make people laugh for 2 hours and walk out going, hell yeah, bitches. You know what I'm saying?
And get those primo opening slots for occasional
Well, you
fucking
did,
huge
and
name
I
that might.
remember,
Yeah.
I remember
I
you
think that'd
opened
be
up for Pauly Shore.
I've opened for Pauly Shore.
Yeah.
Well, I emceed Pauly Shore. I didn't actually open for him.
Okay,
He had a
right.
feature act.
Yeah.
I've opened for Bill Bellamy.
Bill's in or was in town.
right over the
Yeah, was
Improv,
it?
a very
Yeah.
great comic. I opened up for a few bands. Opened up for what the hell? What was the band that did the song "Some Kind of Drag"? Remember that song? That old song, "Some Kind of
It's gotta
Drag."
be a tough.
Old '60s.
drag.
Kind of a drag, yeah. That's old. Open for them. Open for ABC, the '80s
Too easy.
pop new wave band.
Yeah.
So, and open for Ricky Martin, not the Spanish Ricky Martin, but Dean Martin's son, Ricky
Interesting.
Martin.
So
ABC.
that's
What
gotta
did they
be.
do?
Look of Love, Poison Arrow.
Oh, yeah.
Is it hard to open up for bands? I mean, that's got to be a weird.
It's a
crowd.
theater thing. It's completely different. For me, it's hard because I'm an audience participation comic. If you come to see my show, I'll be this weekend in town, Snappers in Palm Harbor, for 3 shows, Friday and Saturday. If you come, you'll see that I interact with my crowd. When you do a theater show, you do your material.
Sure.
You don't talk to them. They're
Right.
50 feet away. They're usually sitting in seats, and they're like, why is this dude talking to me? Like, this isn't a
You talking
nightclub.
to me?
Yeah, it's not a nightclub thing. They're not having drinks and having conversations. It's like, okay, the show's going to start, So you do your material, and it's a little bit harder, but whatever. If you're good enough, you do the thing, and you get paid. And it's all good. And I did the thing, and I got paid. So there you go.
All right.
No, I understand about actually, having a job and making things. You have a daughter, you said, or a kid?
I have a son.
A son, and I
I
have
would
a
make an
daughter.
adorable daughter. We split them over.
I have a daughter, and she would not make an adorable son.
My wife was sad. I cut his hair. And she goes, he looks like a boy now. And I'm
Ah.
like, yeah, he's a boy. No,
What
but
is
his
it with some women who want the curly-haired boy? Like they
it
have
wasn't curly. It was in his face, dude. And
the
it's-
lollipop and the
right?
curly hair.
We're in the middle of like the hottest year ever on the
Yeah, I know.
planet, you know.
Yeah.
And she wants to let. Oh, he looks like a surfer. No, he looks like he's about to have heat stroke. That's what he looks
There's
like.
no waves in Tampa.
No, but that's what I'm saying. He's 4. What is he? It's not like he's got a rep to uphold.
I got to tell you, yeah, like there's 2, maybe even 3 months where this mop is really fucking hell here.
But do you
How do you deal with that?
braid it? Or you
I don't
Indian?
braid it, but I pull it up and I'll bunch it all together sometimes and I'll put it in a.
Are there some girls that respond to the long 80s hair?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
with the
still.
beard and everything?
Everything,
They,
dude.
they like it.
Yeah. No,
Okay.
it's funny. Like it's for everyone. You'd think like, oh, he's old. He's got the long hair. What's he trying to? Like, I don't fucking know. But
Just tell him. Just tell
they
him. You,
they really like it, man.
tell him
I'm-
you're against haircuts. I just don't like haircuts. I
No,
decided
have nothing.
10 years ago,
Most
never
of
again.
my friends are bald. Please stop.
Yeah, no, you've got to listen. You've got a long, luxurious mane of hair. I'm very jealous.
I'm going
Jealous
with
too.
it. It can only last so much longer. But yeah, I'm riding this train a little bit longer. I always said I'll cut it while I'm 40.
The hair train.
No, this train is still going, man. This train is still
Get
going.
on the train. The hair train. Oh my god.
Yes, that's terrible.
So that's So that's where I'm at. And it's funny you bring it up. I'm in this point now in my life where I'm doing the stand up, and it's like, what am I trying to say up here? Now I've gotten good at it. I can engage an audience.
Mhm.
Now I'm doing these material, but now I want to actually say something. Now I want to convey some message out there, and that comes in I don't know. I guess a lot of comics go through these transitions that I
Well,
think we're all.
I
aware of.
think what we're actually talking about the same thing because all of my dumb things that I say on stage is actually crowd work. It's always reacting to somebody who might say something dumb or just say something, and I'll just kind of bounce off it. So I can relate to that and how just the crowd can change the show, and you can really go with it. I've seen comedians just go with crowd work,
right. But
and I think you run into a danger sometimes where I don't know. Sometimes the off the cuff, like where you're sitting there trying to, I don't know how your materials, but like I've seen it, like you're trying to
Crazy.
guess the Asian girl's fucking breast size or whatever.
I would never do
Yes,
that.
that's kind of funny.
I
as
would,
an
I would
example.
never attempt to do that.
But
in the show.
I've, like, is that crowd work or is that set up?
That's
I don't know,
sexist. It's a little.
Oh,
Look,
that's terrible.
I'm not saying I would say sexist things. When I say crowd work, the first 10 minutes of my show, I do what I call assumptive stereotyping. It's where I look at people in the audience and I just make an assumption about who they
Sure.
might be based on what they're wearing,
Okay,
based on
try
what they
it.
look like.
Do that to me.
For
long
you,
hair.
You don't know me that
he
well.
has a phone guy, cable guy. You look like you get the baseball cap. You look like you might be out of work. I don't know. This guy, yeah, in a band, definitely in a band, or meth. He cooks meth for a living. He looks like a meth head from Penrose Park. He quite possibly lives with his mom. I'm gonna go with lives with his mom in a basement situation or a back
Hilarious.
addition thing. You know what I mean? So that's what it is. And again, it's lighthearted, but I am. And I'll tell you what, 70% of the time, I'm dead on. I tell you what, dead on.
Yeah, you can read people. I can read people too.
Yeah, but
I don't live in.
but it's frowned upon. Like
I do work in Pinellas Park.
I have a see.
You're close.
That's what I'm saying. At one point, did you
Not a
live?
meth lab.
At one
It's a
point,
TV station, but it's close. It's kind of like a meth lab.
At any point, did you live in an addition on the back of your mother's house? No. Damn it! I thought I was gonna get 2 out of 3.
I lived in my mom's attic. Does that count?
You live at your mom's house?
Not now, like
No.
20 years ago.
Oh well, yeah, we all did.
Yeah.
A
But
long while
that's.
ago.
I think that's part of my trip. Is I enjoy being different than what people assume. Like actually, I have a nice house.
Well, but for me, it's a nice icebreaker with the audience, and it gives them an idea of who I am as a comic, in that I'm a little bit aggressive. I'm not afraid to speak my mind and not afraid to engage people that are actually there. A lot of comics pretend that the people aren't there, and they're like,
Yeah.
da 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 da, and that works for them, but I could never do that.
Right.
There's people looking at me.
You ever really piss anybody off? That wanted to-
Oh, yeah, all kinds of people.
Yeah,
Yes, of
yeah.
course.
Good.
Yeah. No, and it's getting a little worse now. I pissed off an old, good, dear friend of mine, comic, pissed him off on our radio show. Simple questions. The tone didn't match for him, and he got all pissed off, and now we no longer speak. You knew him. I won't bring him up by name.
Huh.
He is he who must not be named. I will not name him.
Yeah.
But yeah, here's a guy I've known for years, and he was like, "Rrr," and I'm like, really, dude? Like, we're comedians. I can't talk candidly with you. I can't razz you a little bit. Like, seriously? Yeah, totally pissed
That's
off.
sad.
That's a lot of performers like they can't take it, man.
It
And
depends.
a lot of comedians, I know with the roast, like, you've seen it, they roast the fuck out of each other. And, honestly, when candidly on the side, they're like, that really hurt my feelings.
Well, that's because there's an ounce of truth. Comics take roast. I've done a couple of roasts. I was a roast master for Pretty Paul Parsons, roast master there. And
Pretty Paul is awesson, by the way.
he's
Love
a
that guy.
great guy. Yeah,
Love that
we
guy.
roasted his ass.
Awesome.
Okay, And his daughter roasts that. She's not even a comic. She got up there and roasted him. But
Nice.
there's truth in a lot of those things that you say.
Yeah.
And you get the chance to just blam, throw them
Right.
out there.
There's
no
always
recourse.
a way to insult people with a nice little zinger.
Well,
Just gotta
especially
find
if
the
you-
right way.
Well, especially if you've known him for a while. You can dig up dirt.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I thought we could do. And I wasn't roasting this person by any stretch of the imagination, but I was asking him questions that I think he personalized into what his experience is as a road comic now, and he got really pissed and offended. F you guys, and I'm out of here.
That sucks.
Did he
Oh,
walk
he's-
off the show?
He wasn't. He did a phone interview. He wasn't even in the studio.
Oh, he hung up.
He's a little bitch. Turned a little
Jeez.
bitch on the show.
Do you think you could, if you were just released into the wild, you could just roast people, just sight it unsound, like just start roasting
Are we talking about animals or actual
anybody,
people? Okay,
not people.
Because a deer, I would
Let's
have
roast
to.
no.
I
That
only
would be
know-
hard. They might heckle the hell. They might hoof you.
Well, it depends on how much you know about the deer. I mean, have you watched National Geographic Special? I
Mutual
need
of
to.
Omaha.
Yeah, I need to know things about the person that I'm roasting. Yeah, I think you could generally roast somebody, but that would be mean, dude.
Right,
I mean, it would
yeah.
be, unless they didn't know. Like, you got to know
No,
you're
I'm
going
just
to a
saying,
roast.
like, it's got to be a power inside you that you quell. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh.
you could, like, if unleashed.
May I fix
Yeah.
something? This is we are on TV
Oh,
here
yeah.
too. Yeah,
Yeah.
this was
Johnny.
covering your face up.
Oh, should I go over here and go like that? I don't-
Yeah.
Nobody cares what my face looks like. They're all looking at the girl over there. I mean, the guy with the hair.
It can't.
Yeah,
You
see?
can't
Yeah, look how nice. See, better.
forever.
Is that
Fine
better?
with this.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. All right, sorry about that. I was hiding behind the mic like a true professional. So yeah, it's hard, man, because I'm not one of these comics that plays the game the way it should be played. And there's a few comics out there that do that. Doug Stanhope is one of them, and that's why he doesn't play major venues. You don't see him on Comedy Central,
Right.
because he's not playing by the rules that everybody else is playing by.
I saw him at the Crowbar a couple years ago.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
Mhm.
But-
I
and
think
it-
it was Rock Club. or whatever.
Right, and I'm not going to be on. I'm not going to be on television. You're not going to see me on NBC. I'm not going to be on Last Comic or America's Got Talent. It kills me when people go, "You should go on America's Got Talent." I'm like, I'm the biggest asshole on stage that there ever was. I mean, I'm like bordering Don Rickles at some points in my show. I
That's
mean,
awesome. I love that.
no, but I mean, seriously, I made fun of a woman at a show a couple weeks ago. Again, assumptive stereotyping. I was completely right about her. She got
Yeah.
really offended. And
Truth hurts.
Yeah, and she got really offended, but yet I managed to pull her back where she enjoyed the show as I was insulting her, calling her names, like calling her a whore and telling her her daughters had sexual problems because she said they were lesbians. Why would you offer that information about your daughter? Oh, here's my daughter. She's a lesbian. Why do I need to know that?
I know.
It
Thank you.
triggers a thing in me. Do you
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying? This
Right,
is
yeah.
Scream at the Wall, right? It
Yeah.
triggers something in me
Yeah.
when you do that to somebody. It triggers where you're just like, you are an idiot.
Uh-huh.
And then after the show, she was out and she's all drunk and she leaves and the girl looks at her and she goes, effing drunk.
Wow.
Yeah, and I felt so bad for the
Wow.
girl.
You really.
But I felt so vindicated in slamming her because she's a piece of trash person who doesn't give a crap about her daughter and just hopped into her car all, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So there you go.
Yeah,
Assumptive stereotyping.
I think that's a great. It's sometimes people can get schooled. Unfortunately, like the dumb drunk heckler, they open their ass up to everybody. A good comedian can school them. Everybody laughs at them. They're embarrassed. But yet, it's sort of like a social experiment because it's true. We're all thinking the same thing. There's always that one idiot that's maybe too drunk or just thinks they're funny and they just want to become part of the show. You know, people just want to become part of the show.
That's true.
Yeah,
no
no,
one
you're right.
wants to be a viewer anymore. There's everyone's shooting you.
It's
with the
reality
camera.
television, man.
You know,
it isn't.
I want to talk about this again because you mentioned Doug
Yes.
Stanhope,
Yeah.
and it was an embarrassing moment for me. And I actually talked about it a couple weeks ago, but you weren't here. I want to tell you about
Okay.
this. It's funny.
You met Doug Stanhope?
I met Doug Stanhope.
Okay.
It was actually a friend of mine, Vance, who invited me to. He's like, "Oh, well, we've got an interview with Doug Stanhope. Can you bring your camera?" I said, "Oh, that'd be awesome. Yeah, I'd love
Sure.
to do that." So we get to the Crowbar.
a back of a van.
Yeah, right. No, we get to the Crowbar, and of course we're not on the list.
Uh,
So he's like, "Well, you guys can go in. He's expecting us." So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I said, "Well, Doug Stanhope wants us to interview me after the show. He doesn't want us to tape during the show, right?"
of course. Yeah.
No. He's like, "No, go ahead, shoot."
Oh,
So
Doug
here
Stanhope
I am.
says shoot the show?
Well,
No,
this
somebody
is,
else.
This is what this Vince told me.
Oh.
And here I am, and you know how he hates that.
Well, any comic would hate that.
Yeah.
You don't tape
Yeah.
somebody's
No,
set.
that's what I said. He said,
Well,
"You
yeah.
sure you said it's okay?" "Oh, yeah, go ahead and shoot." I'm like,
I would have been
"All right."
like, that's okay.
"Yeah." So,
He doesn't have the same.
so out of nowhere, Doug
sensibilities.
Stanhope is like, "Who the hell is taping this?" And he pointed me out. Oh, I felt about this big.
Why?
It was ridiculous.
Do you
right?
have the footage though? Still have
Yeah,
the footage?
I have the footage, but
How
I-
much?
And 5-10 minutes.
5-10 minutes?
Yeah.
Opening? 5-10 minutes?
No, it wasn't the opening.
You just popped it on in the middle
Just
of the
popped
set?
it on in the middle of the set.
What are you doing
What
out
am I
there? Why do you
thinking?
have the camera?
Right?
Holy crap,
That
dude.
was stupid. But
I'll tape your set. I'll tape part of
Oh,
your set.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like that.
When does it get good? Minute 18. That's when I'll start taping. Minute 18.
Yeah, that was funny. But afterwards, he was cool. Actually,
Who was the guy that told you could tape? Did anybody?
my friend Vince, who's not here tonight.
Oh,
Yeah,
Vince.
Vince was wrong about that
He
one.
was wrong about that one, but
Yeah.
he yelled at us for a bit. But afterwards, he was like laughing about it, and we were drinking beers.
he
With
didn't
him.
ask. I would have been like, yeah, it was really funny there. Track man, where's the tape?
Yeah, right.
Where's that damn tape? You got that tape?
I got it.
No, but there's a lot of people that are a lot of comics, and I've had audience members doing that where they're like, I'm not allowed to tape. I'm like, no, you're not allowed to tape.
Yeah, yeah.
Why
Well,
not? I said, because you're going to post it on Facebook in 2 hours.
This is
Right.
my
And who
act.
the hell's-
And spoils
Right.
your act.
People
Right.
get confused with music, and this is the whole musicians can rest on their laurels once they have a few good albums or good songs. They just keep playing those over and over again. Comedians have to come up with new material all the time if they're out there.
Some of us do.
So all right, well, in general, comedians are expected to have more than us. We could if I had a success and I had one good album, maybe a song or two. As long as I played those 2 songs, people are fine. They want it, they expect it. I do. When I go see older bands that have been around, I want to hear their hits.
That's
Don't
tough.
want to necessarily hear the new stuff. Comedians, I want to hear the new stuff.
Wow.
You made me laugh last time.
I got to write some new stuff.
Yeah, I think
you had
that's
new stuff.
I don't think so.
I think that's the pressure. That's why it's way harder to be a comedian. You got there's
I-
more
it
pressure on you.
seems
It's
like-
actually a good segue because I was thinking about this, and how Scream at the Wall got started was it was supposed to be a segment inside of our public access show,
Right.
where you, the person, get to scream at the wall
And complain.
and say for
Like
3
a rant.
minutes, a rant.
Yes.
So, Chris, this is your rant.
Right now?
Right now.
You did, but you didn't. I have no idea what to rant. All right. Okay, I got to rant.
You
All
want
right.
to take 5 minutes? and come
Well,
back?
I don't know if it's 5 minutes. I don't need to take 5 minutes. I can do
Chris
it.
Gorgeous, scream at the wall.
All right, I'll scream at the wall, which is painted white and has a window in it. Chick-fil-A. I'm so pissed off about Chick-fil-A. If you hadn't heard in the news lately, the CEO of Chick-fil-A comes out and says that as a Christian, he was actually asked if he believed in Christian traditional family values, and he said yes, he didn't believe in that gays could be married. Now the gay community is attacking Chick-fil-A like something that he did was wrong. I'm screaming at the gay people. Leave this son of a bitch alone, please. He has an opinion. You have an opinion about the way you have sex. He voiced his opinion about the way that you have sex, that he doesn't agree with it. And now you guys are trying to destroy Chick-fil-A. Like, what is Chick-fil-A? Chick-fil-A doesn't run any government subsidies. They don't build parks. They sell chicken. They don't even sell chicken with bones in it. It's like there's no actual chicken parts. Who knows if that's even chicken, okay? Leave the CEO of I don't even need a Chick-fil-A. I could care less whether they're closed on Sunday. But if you know and you go to Chick-fil-A and they say, we're closed on Sunday because we're Christians, it's a given, okay, that they're probably not okay with gay stuff, right? So I don't know why the gays are so pissed off if the guy wants to say it. Now, I'm not saying that he needed to say it. It's kind of a given, right? Like I said, you're a Christian, you're probably not okay with the boop boop thing. You're probably not okay with that, right? But he felt the need because somebody asked him. And that's the thing that pissed me off. At first, I thought he just blurted it out at a press conference. Listen, the chicken business is going very good, and we just got a new house, and I'm really against gay sex. I don't like gay sex. As a Christian, I just want to say
Just
that.
wanted to work that in there.
No, but somebody was interviewing him, and he answered a question. All of a sudden, he's the evil Satan person. Listen, I'll go out to say that I don't agree with gay sex. I don't care what they do. Do I think it's normal? No, I don't think it's normal. Gay people, stop trying to make straight people think that what you do is like what we do. It's not the same thing. All right, we just need to stop. We need to stop trying to make each other think that it's okay. Gay people are they're like, no, it's normal. No, it's not normal. This is the way the body is made, and it's abnormal. I don't think you're bad because it's
No,
abnormal.
me either.
Do whatever the hell you want abnormally. If you want to put a cucumber in your ear and like play with a monkey in the box, but I don't give a shit what you do.
Yeah.
All right, I don't care.
It is fun.
But don't tell me that it's normal. It's not. It's not normal. Okay, and I'm not saying I'm better because I'm normal. I'm just saying leave the Chick-fil-A guy alone.
Nice.
Okay.
That was a great rant.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Oh, I'm pissed
Okay.
about it. All right.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, we already knew he wasn't open on Sundays, which is the only day I actually ever want Chick-fil-A.
Right. I always.
But,
I think it's
but we
every
already
day.
knew, like going in, like Sundays are off limits. So yeah, this guy's got to have some serious value.
I had
And, he's not. That'd be hilarious. Like they're not open on Sundays, but he doesn't mind gay marriage.
Well,
you know?
listen. I was listening to
What would we expect? you know?
Well, here's the thing. I was listening to AM radio on the way over, and a guy come in. He was call in, and he was supporting the gay community. And this is we have to help them. Not be persecuted. I don't know how they're persecuted. They still can go there and buy chicken,
Right.
and Chick-fil-A still employs gay people. This person insinuated that they don't hire, they can fire gay people. I'm
know.
like, no, that's called discrimination, and that's across the board for any business. It doesn't matter what your religious affiliation or belief is.
Right.
So
yeah.
there are gay people working
Of
at
course,
Chick-fil-A.
of course. Are you kidding? Come on.
There's gay people that love Chick-fil-A so much, they're just like, nah, fuck it.
It's
Come on, let's
it's
go.
tender, delicious chicken nuggets. Hello.
I love it. I love it.
No, but what I'm saying is it's just ridiculous. I can't. We can't speak we can't speak openly, and the gays want their opinion to be respected, bar none, and to hell with what he has to say. And now they're trying to trash his business. They had the kissing. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, how'd that go?
What are you asking me for? I'm straight. Well, how the hell? I don't know how it went. Probably a lot of kissing of
Maybe
gay people.
you heard it on the news.
I
don't know.
didn't hear
Oh,
it.
was
You're-
that? Oh, they all went to. What did they do?
They went to like Chick-fil-A outlets all over
just
and
kissed?
made out. Yeah. Oh, look, we're gay. We're making out in public. Yeah, that's great.
I think that's great.
I don't.
that's kinda
No, I
funny.
don't think it's great.
I don't think
Why
it's
would
great
you do
either
that?
because I hate PDA in general.
Right.
I don't like to see hetero people make.
I
Right.
didn't say I like this.
Especially
I don't-
not where I'm going to buy chicken.
Hey, I get uncomfortable even on movies. Like I don't need to see it. Like as a pseudo director, I realize a lot of these sex scenes are just put in just to titillate everybody and fucking
You
like,
don't
hey,
think
let's
it's
see
just
some tits
you
here.
don't think
Let's
it's
do
just
this.
a
Yeah,
little
we'll
bit
just
funny,
leave it alone,
a little
dude.
bit ironic.
I
that
like
in a
it, but I'm
Chick-fil-A, in a Chick-fil-A, if 10 gay people started making out.
Ironic? No, it's horrible.
There's
horrifying.
listen.
I
I'm
would
coming at it
fucking
from
hate it.
I'm coming at it from both sides in true Libra fashion. I see both sides. I see this guy's need to identify himself as a Christian who is against that, and I think that's fine if he wants to do that. I also see the gay community's need to say, hey, why are you telling us that? Well, and that's why I question, why are you telling? Well, he was asked a question. If somebody asked me a question, I would be honest. Like the Miss America girl who said the same thing and they gave her all kinds of crap, remember?
Right.
She's against gay marriage. So what? She's against who cares? Why even ask that question? What difference does it make?
Well, I got two things to add to this. I actually have worked in the news business for quite some time. I'm a television director by trade. I've actually for the last 6 years been doing sports, but before that I did news and I directed a lot of newscasts and I saw how this place declined. But I guess the point is there are so many homosexual producers in news, okay?
They're
That
not
they're the
homosexual.
writer. No, I'm telling you, this might be a
Okay.
generalization or not, but there's a lot of gay men that work in news as
Okay.
writers.
Okay.
So any of these kind of stories are red flagged immediately. So there is a sort of a bias already for that agenda. Now, if this guy had said, which I'm sure he has, that he's against abortion, would there be that much ruckus about it? It's just as much as a hot topic issue.
Ooh, maybe somebody should ask him that
But
question.
no one,
Maybe
they
did.
have.
Maybe they did, yeah.
And believe me,
But
he's
why?
against it.
Why are you asking the Chick-fil-A CEO what he? Why
Yeah, who
do I
cares
need to
what
know?
he thinks, right?
It was a gay writer, I guarantee it.
Yeah, but at what
Cause-
event?
to cause ruckus.
I got to find out what event it was. Like, where are you at? Where you're doing like a Sunday brunch and somebody decides to ask you, hey, what do you think
and
about
I'm not
gay?
saying there's anything like as it happens all the time. There is bias in writing. There is nothing you can do. Like I have bias. If I personally am against religion. I'm editing a piece of these football players together, and they're talking about themselves. And anytime anybody even mentions God or religion, I cut it out. I make sure it's not in there.
Really?
Yeah, that's my bias. That's how it's working itself in there.
So
I'm
Tim
removing
Tebow will
religion.
not be on your show.
No, as much as I won't let anyone praise anything as
You hear
far
the-
as I'm the editor.
You hear the interview and it's like, yeah, listen, it was a good game and everything. I just want to thank Bob and
Bob's real good. Thank you. Praise Jesus, or Bob. I mean Jesus. It's praise Jesus and Bob.
that's right. Bob gave me all the physical prowess I need.
Thanks God. Thanks be to God.
That's
or
right.
Bob.
Thanks
I
be
can't
to
even say it.
Bob. It's not even his voice. It's like a cut in Bob.
So what if Mike?
That's awesome. Like let's just thank Bob.
What
man.
if all of a sudden I have found the Lord, Mike? And
It's
and
fine. You
I
can say
just-
what you want.
I just showed
if
up
I
one
had
day.
put it to you this way: if I have to edit something that I actually am the final say on,
Right.
and you mentioned religion, and it was something that I could actually cut out that it wouldn't affect anything, I would cut it out.
Really?
Yeah, if it was like a time, like if you gave me way too much and I needed it in a certain like 1 minute 40, which is what I'm dealing with now. So I have a lot of extra answers. I get to pick and choose like how they want to describe themselves.
This guy's
So it's
like
like-
evil.
Gone.
You work with him. He's doing your stuff, but he's doing
Oh,
what he
I'm
wants
dark.
to do over there.
He's
I'm dark.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
yeah.
very
No, but
dark.
I mean, just as in the aspect that you're doing what you want. He's like, listen, I want this piece like this. Yeah, I'll get it to you.
Yeah.
and then he just cuts it up however he wants and adds bobs in there and all kinds of stuff. You don't know what
Removes bobs.
whatever.
Yeah.
And
no, you're
removes
right.
the guns and puts the
But
bobs.
I'm doing video editing, but the text editing is the same thing. It's like everything works. Your personality, you can't stop it. But yeah, I am dark. And
So how
evil.
much of my stuff? What's going to happen? I said God a few times.
Oh no, this is
What's
not
my show?
Yeah, this is you can do.
Oh,
whatever.
you? Oh, okay.
No, this
so-
is just talk. I'm just saying, like free flowing conversation. I don't care. You praise whoever. I could care less. As far as
Allah? Can I praise
but
Allah?
when you're talking about stories and news and TV, it's all about editing. So yeah, I would cut it out. Oh yeah, I would cut this part out.
It's also about. Why don't you guys cut out the interviews from the idiot people that we have to listen to on the news? What happened? Yeah, what happened was I was down in the well, you don't know what the hell they're saying.
I
Why
got
don't
out
you
of
cut
news
that fool out?
for that reason, and I'm
Jesus.
now in sports, and we have to hear that idiot.
And now those
Right.
people are
Thanks,
actually
Bob.
becoming reality stars, like internet stars, because they're idiots on the news, and it goes viral on YouTube. And now, Biffy B, whoever his name is, remember you remember the story about the guy with the horn in the car? They put the pipes on, it goes doop doop. The
Oh, yeah.
train whistle guy, huge celebrity now. Did a rap
Yeah.
out. Be like, what the hell?
Stupid.
Jesus
Same with the pants on the
What
ground.
about you, Chris? Do you have anything on YouTube?
I don't put
Are
crap on
you're
YouTube anymore.
anti-YouTube?
No, listen. I have one clip on YouTube. It's a Carnival Cruise competition. It's an okay set. It's an older set. Not a lot of crowd work, straight up stuff. But my stuff is all the bits that I did, well refined now. And I'm afraid to put anything else up because I don't know who the hell's seeing it and who's stealing it, and so I don't put comedy up. You can see I have the double special show, which you do on Comedy Slam Radio, and that's archived on Ustream. You can see that. There's a bunch of hooligan stuff like all out there that Jason's put up, a
Yeah.
bunch of charming hooligan stuff.
I have to look for it.
It's all up on if you go Jason K, or I think his name is, but go to my Facebook page and all the links are up there. Old stuff that we shot. So I'd been on the street stuff, really funny stuff. But as far as current stuff, no way, dude. Because there's too many comics out there that are just like, yeah, I don't have a set. Oh, I saw this guy, he was funny. Let me see, and they know that I'm never going to be famous. So what do they got to worry about? You know what I mean?
Oh, you might be. You never know.
Listen,
Aw.
I'm 46.
Aw,
I'm
you
realistic
might be.
about it. It could happen. I'm not saying it's not going to happen. I would prefer it to happen in radio, in digital radio, internet radio, than on stand up. Because quite frankly,
That'd be cool
I
as
can't.
hell. Like get on
Right.
Sirius or something like that.
Right, I can't take the road thing. There's no way.
Yeah.
The guy that I got pissed off, the road ground him down to a nub. Okay, he's a nub of a person, and yeah, I'm not going that route, dude.
I don't blame you. There's you know if it's right, and you know if you're just doing the do for no freaking reason. Like you could accomplish way more on the radio, and frankly, if you enjoy doing crowd work and stuff like that, it's kind of depending
Same
on who
thing.
you're talking to.
Phone
you're just-
calls are the same thing as talking to an audience. Right? It's
You're
the
just
same
bouncing things off, and
Yep.
I agree.
Even with you guys, just talking to you guys, same thing. I love
agree.
the conversation. Listen. I did an improv show one night. There was no audience, and or stand-up show, I should say. I was emceeing, feature act, headliner. We had like 4 people. Do you guys want to stay? And they're like, and they're like, well, we paid and everything. We're like, all right, well, we'll do a little bit. So I go up and do like 5 minutes, and then the feature goes up. He starts to do it, and it's not going. So then the headliner goes up, and he starts to do it, and then he just starts to talk to them, and then we're yelling stuff from the back of the room. So the headliner's like, get a couple of chairs and bring your drinks up here. We all 3 sat on the stage with these 4 or 6 people and had a bullshit session for an hour. They loved it. It was hysterical. We talked about all kinds of crap and having drinks. It was a great. I tried to do that as a format for a show, but it didn't fly. But
Well, that kind of, a few of these the podcasters that I listen to and all like the Nerdist and Kevin Smith and all that, they've done podcasts on the road like Greg Fitzsimmons, like in front of a crowd. Like basically, it's a conversation between a couple of guys, but there's crowd work and there's crowd reaction. And maybe if any of this ever became a little bit more than it is now, and some shows could justify actually going out and doing something live, that would be the next step of what you're talking about. It's kind of the best of both worlds,
Well, how about this, Chris? With
Yes.
your permission, I
Yes.
do take segments of this that
Okay.
are good and put it on YouTube.
Okay.
Would that be cool?
yeah, no, of
That'd
course,
be
no.
awesome.
Listen,
Okay.
yeah, no. This isn't my material. This is like he said. This is improvised talk. Whatever. Yeah, no, that's fine.
Yeah, and I agree. And I forcing a comedian to do his material on radio, it's always
I
silly. I,
won't
mean,
do
you could bust it here and there a little bit, but
Nah.
no, I agree.
Okay, Chris, you're on.
No.
Yeah, not
No,
on
see,
my
that's
show.
stupid.
No,
I-
not on my show.
This is way more entertaining. I think like to get to know you better, learn how you think a little bit better, and then if someone would go see you, it just gives them more. I think.
I agree with you. And the worst thing ever was having comics on the show when we had a AM show on Tan Talk for the Comedy Zone
Remember
chain.
that.
Yeah, it was a great show. And and most comics, once they got on the air, they realized, okay, these guys aren't like wicka 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 with noisemakers.
Right.
It was straight up like having a round table conversation, right? and they were more apt to go in. Some guys still trying to stick to the material. I got no need for that. I
terrible.
don't want to save it for the show, brother.
I know it's
Yeah.
no, it just doesn't translate. I think
I
it's
don't think
better.
so.
Like if you get a couple of comedians together, I'm sure you have and did. Like whatever's going on that day, however you talk to each other when you walk in, and
Right.
that's what happens, and that's how you promote your show. And you just work in like, hey, well, we're playing tonight at blah blah blah, or
I
whatever.
will say there are some comics that can pull it off on the radio. My material is not suited for that. Although maybe I don't know. Who knows? It's
Yeah,
sort of
but
like a big
still,
rant. I don't know.
You know, it's if as long as it's natural. I mean, I think
Man,
that's the
baby,
best.
it's-
Way, like the way you work in a rant.
It's
or,
incredibly natural.
Yeah.
It's the most natural thing you ever heard, man. It's so natural that it's like wood. It's like wood and dirt natural.
It's like
man.
natural light.
Yeah, it's like a cabin. It's very natural, man.
What are you drinking? Coffee?
Some Coke thing. I don't know what the hell
Coke
it
thing.
is. Something to keep my throat from closing shut. I'm old. I got family coming into town. They're coming to show Snappers next weekend, man. Friday and Saturday night.
Friday and Saturday? You inviting us?
This Friday and Saturday. Yeah, come on out, man. Just
Sweet.
don't tape during the show. You
Don't
idiot.
tape?
All right, don't tape during the
Hey,
show.
with my
tape.
big camera? No.
Before,
You-
after, if I see the camera, I will throw a shoe at you. All
Yeah.
right, I'm not even kidding.
That'd be
Stupid
awesome.
glow. You see the like Louis C.K. said.
A little
Stupid
teeny-
glow.
yeah, a
I
little-
don't want to see your stupid face. Like you really don't want it. I don't want to see your stupid face. Like I just blackness.
I tried to explain to a comic one time where he was taping, and he was a stand-up, and he was just started out, and he was taping my set, and after the show, I came over, and I was like, hey, dude, were you taping? He's like, oh, yeah, man. I was like, dude, you shouldn't do that. Well, why not? I was like, because you shouldn't do that. It's not cool.
Yeah.
And he just looked at me like, you asshole. And I'm
Yeah.
like, no, dude,
No.
it's like going into a movie theater and taping the movie.
It's
It
worse.
really is.
I really think because it's conversation. You guys can get ripped off. It's like a musician would have to be able to rip me off. Someone who's got some musical skill, but I
Exactly.
can hear you tell a joke,
Of
and
course.
I can tell it. Of course, not as well.
No, then that's that.
Not
that-
as well,
There is
but-
that inference that some guys. I heard a story of a guy who was doing Seinfeld's entire act in Australia, word for word. Not quite as good, but doing
Really?
and they didn't know who the hell Seinfeld. They weren't at the time. They weren't like they didn't know Seinfeld stuff
Sure.
verbatim. You know,
Sure.
he doesn't tour in Australia that often.
Right.
Doing it verbatim, it happens. There's guys out there that are stealing people's material and using it. Carlos Mencia,
Who
we know
are
you're
these
out there,
people?
Mr. Mencia. We know you're out there, you rat bastard. You took Bill Cosby's joke. Give it back, Carlos. But no, I mean, and this has been a big thing in stand-up now. If you go online, go look, again. I don't know if you're the Mencia thing. Joe Rogan versus Mencia. Huge deal.
Yep.
Started this shitstorm of comics stealing or trying to catch guys stealing material. Now it's branched off into you stole a premise. Like I got accused of stealing a joke because I used the same word in my joke as the guy did in his joke.
Oh, please.
One word, dude. His joke was about something completely different, but because I used the same word, same object word in mine, he said you stole my joke.
What's
I'm
the
like,
word? Can you tell us?
I don't want to say
I'm gonna say
aquarium. The word was aquarium.
Okay.
His joke was about getting stoned and house sitting and putting fruity pebbles in an aquarium and it turns into a rave. Mine is about the smoking lounge at the Atlanta airport looking like a smoker's aquarium. That's what it's like. So we both use aquarium, but you can see the jokes are completely different.
Completely
Not even
different.
the same premise.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So whatever.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
I mean,
That guy can kiss my ass.
you want to see premise? Like something happens, go on Twitter, see everybody try to make a joke.
Right.
Like I even tweeted once, and I've been guilty of it too.
Stealing
and-
material?
No, just of tweeting, trying to tweet a joke, and then you see 20 other people came up with that stupid premise also.
Yeah, you want to get
right
on that
before
trend.
I did.
You're
in
trended.
fact.
You're trending.
So then you realize, well, okay, this is everybody's on the same wavelength, and everybody's trying to do the same thing, and
Well, yeah.
they're ripping each other off left and right. You see the same shit over and over.
Well,
by
yeah,
the
go
next
to
guy.
the movies, dude. I mean, look what you're seeing in the movies, for God's sakes. They're remaking Total Recall. Really?
Yeah.
Was that
That-
necessary?
That
I mean,
bombed. Apparently not. 'Cause
no, but people are loving the movie. But yeah, because
a PG version, no less.
no, they really bombed.
was the other one R-rated?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
hmm
Why? Because of the three booby thing, or
You saw nipple. I don't know why exactly.
why was
Maybe
it?
it
Violent,
wasn't R.
extreme
Was it the-
violence.
The blowing up of when people fell outside Mars and like it exploded or
The eye
imploded?
thing, Arnold's eyes.
That was awesome.
I liked it.
Yeah, why, man? You got Sharon Stone, you got Arnold Schwarzenegger. What? Why? No.
No.
Colin Farrell? Really?
You know,
Please.
they're even remaking Evil Dead.
Oh, see, now that's okay.
see?
See, that's what I'm saying, dude.
Yeah.
They don't. There's no creativity anymore.
They're putting chicks in it. Though.
You know, we need to
Sam
remake
Raimi
Gilligan.
and what's his name are producing it, so I don't know. It's still the
Bruce
same.
Campbell.
Yeah, Bruce Campbell's a producer.
Bruce
Yep.
is like, well, the Briscoe thing didn't work out. Let's
Same-
get back into the dead
Same
thing.
movie. Did you see the thing? The remake?
I did.
It is
No.
like the fucking movie. I mean, it's supposed to be the camp before the one where Kurt Russell is, but
Yeah,
it
but
is exactly the same movie.
Now the hero was a woman.
Right.
It was,
They still have the same thing.
It was okay movie,
It
but
was
I saw it
pretty
already.
decent. Yeah, exactly.
You and I saw the movie already.
You can't, whoever, no
I'm not a
respect to
big
that
fan of
actress,
remake,
but
though.
you can't mess with Kurt Russell. I mean, how are you going to
No.
replace
Well,
Kurt?
not Kurt Russell back then. That was Snake Plissken, Kurt
That
Russell.
was awesome. That was the best.
Yeah, that was
Snake, call me Snake.
that's right. I thought you were dead.
I've watched Escape from L.A. a couple of times
Awful.
recently. Yeah,
Come on, you can't surf a
it,
tidal wave.
It doesn't get better.
You can't surf a tidal
as
wave.
many times as I've watched it, it doesn't get any better. It gets worse.
You like it better than Escape from New York?
Hell no.
No,
Okay.
It's just
Kidding
been
me?
on, and I've
Yeah.
been trying to give it a chance because I do love the whole idea of this. It's kind of like Judge Dredd and the Mega
You know
City
what
thing.
though? I was when I first saw Escape from New York, I was a little disappointed.
What, John?
Well,
You're always so fucking
no,
disappointed.
I was
You're
expecting,
disappointed about everything.
I was expecting so much more. I mean,
What
Escape
more?
From,
What
Escape
more?
From
It
It
New
was a
York,
great movie. How
It
could
was
you-
a good movie.
Manhattan was an island, dude. He dropped in.
That's it. That's
The president was Donald Pleasance. Really, honestly, there was creepy guys like warriors type
Do I need to
guys.
see it again because it's
I
been 10
Yeah,
years.
I got it. I got it on DVD.
Alright.
Eye patch, dude.
I got the.
patch.
He was the first guy to make the eye patch cool since the 70s.
It's just-
That's true.
Well, it's Kurt Russell, dude.
What year did that movie come out?
Had a great
Uh,
soundtrack.
it's
John
gotta be
Carpenter
81?
directed it. John Carpenter directed it. What else more do you need?
He does all the music, too. He's quite the dude there.
I just like the way he always uses the lights that spread out across the screen like Christine.
I'm gonna rewatch the movie
You
and
do
tell
that.
you what, take notes and tell you what I would have done
Please,
differently.
please,
All right?
what you would have done
Yeah.
differently.
Well, okay.
Had you-
what I would like to have seen done differently.
What the hell? What's
1981, I called it.
What was the last movie that you saw that you were disappointed with? Trackman.
Disappointed with?
Yes.
The last movie I saw that I was disappointed.
Tell
with.
me, you bastard. What was it?
Well, I liked Batman.
I said disappointed. Which one were you disappointed with?
The last, I don't know. I got to think.
One that you were like, one where I wanted more and you didn't get it. I expected more. Jesus Christ. Was it Gremlins? Was it?
Gremlins, yeah. It was Gremlins.
You hated
I
Gremlins, you
hated-
bastard?
No, I like Gremlins.
Of course. Why wouldn't you like Gremlins? It's right in the same category as Escape from New York. You idiot. That's what I'm saying. Why wouldn't you like those movies?
Love Gremlins. Gremlins 2? It's
Yeah.
kind of
Not-
like
not so
Escape
much.
from L.A.
Exactly.
Well,
Gremlins in LA?
know what?
Not so much.
Actually, I was disappointed in Gremlins. You know
Oh, for
why?
God's
Because it
sake.
started off so scary, and then it turned into like the Muppets on mescaline.
That's a good no,
Right?
but you know what? You got to give him props to that. He's right. It
Yeah.
did get kind of look goofy. You know
Yeah.
what? Another movie like that was Dust to Dawn. I love the beginning of that movie with the serial killer vibe and all that whole deal, and then the vampire
Then it-
deal, and then you look up
Then-
and the guy's playing a human body for a
Then all
guitar. And I'm
hell-
like,
all hell
really,
broke loose.
really?
Fuck you!
Yeah. And it's a body, and I'm like,
I know.
yeah, he strung up a body in like 4 minutes. And
I know.
yeah, come on, man, I don't think
Dust
so.
Till Dawn was a classic.
And it was
but
in
you're
tune.
right.
It was
Yeah.
totally in tune. The song never skipped. But yeah, now it's a body. How did that turn? How did that happen? I'm like,
Fuck you very much. Good night.
sorry, I keep moving your mic.
How many
That's all right.
different characters did Cheech play in that movie?
At least 2.
At least 2 or 3, I think it was. Wasn't it?
Well, if you count Cheech and then Vampire Cheech, which is actually the same character,
Right, and then the morning Cheech.
in the morning Cheech,
Yeah, it's still 2.
yeah, it's just 2.
The math still works.
Yeah.
Wasn't he the Border Patrol guy?
We got black pussy.
Oh, maybe
white
the-
pussy. You're right. Yep.
He was the
Border
Border Patrol.
Yeah.
We got
I wonder
hot
if he,
pussy,
I wonder if he
cold
got
pussy.
I wonder if he got paid for all 3 separate deals or was just like one flat rate.
Robert
That's probably
Rodriguez
fine.
loves his Cheech, man. He puts him in every movie. He was the priest in Machete. Machete. He got crucified too.
I love that stuff.
Yeah,
That's good.
Machete
That's
2
good
or
stuff.
Machete Kills is coming out. It's got Lady Gaga in it.
Why?
She plays a role.
She's a Chick-fil-A attendant.
Uh,
Wouldn't that be ironic?
right.
Somebody else. Oh, Mel Gibson's in the new.
Ah.
Mel
Machete.
Gibson's in
Yeah.
Yeah.
Machete too?
Yeah, he has a puppet, the
Is he
beaver.
gonna
The
yell
beaver.
out
What the
something
fuck?
racist or
Him
what
and
is he gonna
Jodie
do?
Foster. What are they thinking? What the fuck, man? The beaver. That's-
I was
I
gonna say
don't-
the gay thing kills me because I read the cover of Entertainment Weekly last week and it said coming out, the new age of coming out, how these guys are all coming out. And I just
Oh
like,
yeah.
and as a straight person, again, I said I got nothing against gay people, but
Spock is gay.
right, but why? But why do I need to know? Why do you feel the need to let everybody know? Like, when's the last time you went to a heterosexual parade? When has that ever happened?
People are so.
Where they're celebrating their heterosexuality.
The
not-
Midwest-
Columbus Day Parade is heterosexual, I believe.
Yeah, no, but but do they have heterosexual? With like big vaginas?
No, it's Columbus. It's I am Columbus. I discovered America. I am heterosexual.
What?
See?
How do you
It
know?
works.
What the hell is he talking about? I don't know. Maybe Columbus wasn't. Maybe he was bi for all you know.
Actually,
I claim this country for heterosexual.
Yes, and spices.
and spices.
There's good spices here.
Actually, Christopher
Excellent
Columbus
spices
was kind of a mean man. Didn't he throw people off the ship
Semi-naked
and stuff?
natives.
No,
Because he was heterosexual. He was-
I did not see that special. I have no idea.
So there you go. You have heterosexual parades as Columbus Day.
I'm
That's
telling
the
you
one
that
you're going with.
That's the one.
They out each other. They speculate upon each other. They're catering to the Midwest grandma that cares about this shit. So it's a weird cycle.
I don't understand though. I
No-
don't get it.
normal people don't care.
I never got it. I never got the whole women
Women
have sex
and-
this way. Okay.
Women and grandmoms, they have weird conversations. They fill their day with inane conversations that we can't understand.
Did you say moms and grandmas?
Oh yeah, they
Moms
talk
and
a
grandmas.
bunch of shit that you just don't want to hear
does not
all
like-
day. They talk to each other about
Got some
stuff.
serious mommy
What do
issues.
they say? What do they
My
say?
mom's pretty cool. She
You
keeps-
did live in the back of your mom's house in addition.
Eavesdrop.
You got me.
He's like, and after that, I hate you, mom.
me everything. Damn you, mom.
you,
I'm
you coddler. You
in my
coddled me.
bedroom smoking, doing bong hits or something like. Yeah, ma.
You're a musician.
you.
He's a musician. He smokes pot.
I know.
Jesus Christ.
Yes, it did.
Goddamn hippie.
Hippies.
Goddamn
Yeah,
hippie. I don't even know what I am anymore. I have no idea.
Are you
I'm
a
like-
hippie? You're not a hippie.
No, I don't know what I am.
Middle aged.
And then I'm agnostic. I mean, I'm an atheist. I used to be agnostic. I got sick of explaining it to people. You know what I mean? I'm like, really, I was just saying it so you wouldn't be pissed at me. Now I'm just going all the way atheist. I don't
No,
care about any of that crap.
I do the same thing.
Right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but now I'm owning it. I'm like, whatever.
Yeah. No, I'm atheist, man. Yeah.
Right.
Well, I'd like there might be something like no, there's not.
I definitely identify the dirtbags in life, but I understand their plight. I understand how you can get into that situation.
Absolutely.
In the same instance, I see the super rich just being total tools, complete tools. No, I mean Mitt
So
Romney's a
let me just
douchebag.
ask you
Oh,
now
for sure.
about being an atheist.
Yes.
You say you're an atheist.
Yes,
So-
no
so-
belief in God. I don't believe in a
So
God.
you're just gonna die and go in a box. That's it.
Well,
The
my
end.
body will. I don't know. Maybe the energy in my body will reabsorb into the universe. Who the hell knows? I don't know. It's a pick one. Who the hell knows, dude?
Yeah, exactly.
And that
We just
doesn't-
don't know. If it keeps going, if my energy keeps going, oh, well, all right, I'll keep going.
I like the reabsorption thing. I think that seems kind of cool. My favorite quote is, "My belief in God lies in my wonder of the universe." Albert Einstein said that. And I think for me it works because,
That's nice.
you look up in the sky and you're like, holy crap, dude, that keeps going.
Yeah.
So who the hell knows?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a mind-boggling universe. So
Sure.
you got to think, yeah, well, okay, there's just a God for this planet, but he's not the God of Mars and the other.
No, he
planets.
is. No, the Christian God is the God of the
I know,
universe.
I know. But they didn't think about that at first.
But they don't believe in the universe. That's what I'm saying. They believe that God created the universe, but then you tell them that there's other solar systems and they may be
No,
life.
that's
They're
not
like,
true.
no, can't.
No.
Because this planet, the whole thing is only 3,000 years old,
Yeah, that's it.
Right. And we did walk. with
Everything
dinosaurs.
else going on in the universe is not going on.
I just
Nothing
can't
happened.
look. I can't buy the fantasy stuff. I don't like playing Oblivion or Skyrim. I'm not into that. You know what I mean? It's got to be real for me. I'm a Battlefield freak sort of a fellow, and my spiritual beliefs lie along those lines. It's
Right.
got to make sense scientifically, logically. Otherwise, look. The first time I heard Moses split the Red Sea, I'm like, how? How do you do that exactly? Well, he parted it with his cane. And I'm like, yeah, come on, really?
Pretty
God
damn
gave
cool,
him
don't you
power.
think?
Cool if it was real. I mean,
Right.
come on. So, but for other people, and I say this in my show, if you are religious and it helps you in your life, good for you. You stick with that, and if it makes you feel
Whatever-
better when you die,
Exactly. That's how I feel
Whatever.
about religion.
yeah, as long as you're not having sex with little boys and all that.
As long
crap.
as you're not hurting anybody in the process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, yeah, we all know that doesn't happen.
No, but that's what I'm saying. I don't want to hurt people. I know it's wrong to hurt people,
You do want to hurt people.
and I don't really have the weaponry right now
Do
to
you
hurt
really
anybody.
Do you really want to hurt me?
Not you. I said
Oh.
You
people.
really
not-
want to make him cry.
No, I
You wanna
like
make me cry?
Trackman.
Okay.
I'm mad right now because Nolan sprayed this crap on me, dude.
Oh,
And
what did he do?
I smell like the worst potpourri. I smell like pure.
Oh,
you know what?
smell
I know
way
what-
too pleasant.
I smell like Pier 1 Imports right now. It's awful. He sprayed this crap that his wife made to get wrinkles out. I was okay with my shirt being wrinkled. We're here in a room. It's a small camera. And he sprayed it on me. It's dry now, but I get this rose
You look
smell.
like you had a sweat thing on you.
No, it's gone now.
Yeah.
But can you smell that floral essence?
Every
do
once
now.
in a while I get a
I
whiff.
do.
It's like a fabric softener.
it's nice laundry. It's a nice, clean laundry.
Yeah, over there,
Laundry's
dude.
done.
Over there. Over
Over there.
here, it's an 80-year-old woman who's dying. And
we can go as long as we want.
it's an 80-year-old woman who's dying off my shirt. She's got this pungent.
Come here, Sonny.
Yeah.
Let me give you a hug.
Yeah, it's like a bath salt.
Rubbed her big boobies on you,
Ugh.
and it's got her stent all over you.
Awful.
Well,
Yeah.
Chris, this hour has just flown by.
It has
hasn't,
indeed.
hasn't it?
I like to talk.
You like to talk. You're a talker.
I
am
like to
a talker.
listen.
Do you have things you want to plug? What do you got?
Yeah, Snappers, like I said, Snappers Comedy Club. If you go on snapperscomedyclub.com, I think it is. I'll be there Friday and Saturday night headlining. My feature will be Wody, very funny guy, local guy.
Okay.
It'll be the black and white tour that we're doing this week, and he's the black guy, I'm the white guy. I do BET comedy like him, like the Def Jam comedy, but I'm not allowed to use the N-word. That's the only difference between our sets. He can use the N-word. I may not use the N-word.
Seems fair.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it'll be
So
this.
be it.
It'll be the same sort of a gig, the same sort of a vibe, except that I will be very trepidatious. Can't use the N-word or any sort of a racial anything at all, but I will probably anyway. But that's okay because I know Wody.
As long as you don't say that.
And then also a double special, Comedy Slam Radio every Wednesday night,
Wednesday night, yeah.
8:30 to 10:30. Very funny show.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, I wander in here and I see you.
Yeah, would you listen to the show? Have you listened to the show?
I have.
You have?
Very funny.
And the open mic project that we were going to do, dead in the water.
Yeah, what happened with that?
Dead in the water. I sent the footage off to Paul Douglas. Dead in the water. He still got the footage. I don't know what he's doing.
Want me to see what's going on? with
No, because you didn't do anything with it either. You had like 3 tapes. No, I never. We didn't. That's not. The film is doomed. It was doomed from the beginning.
Yeah.
It was a brilliant little piece of work. The footage is brilliant, and it's just it's dead.
Sounds
It'll
like
never
you
see the
guys
light
need
of
an
day.
editor.
Oh, dude, if I could get you the tape, I'm telling you, this film. The film was called The Open Mic Project, and we followed 4 open mic comics. 2, one is Ed the Possum Man, local guy, has been here forever. He actually is connected to what's his name? Heroin, died. A very funny guy, rose-colored
Hedberg?
glasses. Hedberg, right? Knew him before Hedberg even started doing comedy. They say that their personas were borrowed. That Hedberg borrowed this kid's.
Really?
Yeah, this kid's awful. But he's been open micing for years, but he's got this whole possum thing. I don't know if you've seen the possum,
Yeah,
man, you know.
yeah, it's
and then
funny.
Greg Bates was the other one, a guy who drowned when he was like 4 and was brought back, so he's got a little brain damage, and he does the most rudimentary puns and stuff with signs, handmade
no.
signs. Amazing.
Really?
Awfully amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. And then
wow.
we took Marty, who's a very well-accomplished comedian and improvisational actor, and Jordan, the co-host on my show, who also NYU Tisch School of the Arts grad, very funny. And they played 2 separate open micers, and we followed them to their houses and interviewed them and then saw their sets. And it was pretty insane.
Wow,
I mean,
yeah, that sounds fun.
yeah, Jordan said he gargled instant coffee with water. That was what he did for comedy. And somebody on camera called him brilliant, which was so LA, dude.
Do you think it would be dated now if it came out?
No, there was nothing dated about it. It's the tried and true formula of open micers in a contest. The winner gets something nice.
Right, yeah.
They're still doing it. They always do it, And the material's not really. There's no no Michael Jackson jokes or any. Certainly no.
How about that OJ?
Yeah,
All
right.
OJ.
What's up with that?
Yeah, he ran. It's only been 2 days, so I don't know what's gonna happen. But
I don't know. Do you think he's guilty? I don't know.
I don't know. I talked to Paul. He's gonna be here September for a week or so. I'll have to ask him what's going on with it because he just doesn't have the time. He's been doing the 40-hour. He did the 40-hour film project and some other things and whatever.
All right.
But you can check me out on YouTube, Facebook, wherever. Chris Gorgeous, Gorges.
You're on YouTube.
I'm on. Yeah, I got a YouTube channel, Slow C, but there's little bits of hooligan stuff on there. No real stand up.
Okay.
One
Check it
stand up bit. I'll send you the link and you can pop it up on your thing and people can check out the little Carnival
That's
Cruise.
the best
thing.
idea.
We'll
yeah.
do. Yeah.
There you go.
Absolutely.
I'll do that because
Okay.
I'm internet
I
savvy.
think we're just about out.
All
You
right.
got anything else to add?
Do you feel better? Did you feel like you got to talk? I'm just asking if you felt like you got to talk.
I got my 2 cents.
tell me
in
if
here
you
and
got to
there.
talk.
I got to talk. I feel good. I feel good. Actually, this works for me. And if I could sit there behind the camera and let you guys talk, that would be fine. I'm okay. I'm just a middleman. I'm a mediator.
I thought it was your show.
It
It
is
is my
his show.
It
He's
can
already
still-
ready to bail
it can
on it.
still be my show, and I don't have
It's
to
the hair,
be,
dude.
I don't have
He
to,
is afraid of your hair, Hercules.
I don't have to be the host of the show.
Yeah, I should just tuck this shit away, man. Like, make him. I'll wear a hat too.
Well, look, shows do good stunts.
Watch this. Watch this.
Wow, that's the weakest bell ring I've.
Wait,
What are you
wait.
doing? Hit it with your palm. Don't break it, but bang it with your palm.
Really? Like this?
No, palm.
Palm?
Palm.
Palm.
See,
Oh, you're right.
you see the resonance that you got after that?
Yeah.
That was a good one.
That bell means that it's the end of the show, and I would like the board op in there to play the open that we played in the beginning.
Company. The owner of the company, the board up.
The board op. He's
Here we go, everyone.
Thanks, everybody.
Good night.
Yeah,
I'm screaming at the wall. I'm screaming at the wall.
on?
Are we
You're
on?
on.
We're on.
Hello? Yes, we're
Ask
on.
them if we're on.
Yeah, they're on. We're on.
We're on. Okay, we're on. And
Who are you?